So I have visited non-league grounds, I have visited European grounds, I have watched games some, I have just visited some. And this one today is just a little story, nothing too long, about where Belgium National Team played their first international fixture. And it's just a historic place to go and visit. You know, like a moment in history where that Belgium National Team, that was their first ever game. And I thought I'll visit that location. And I didn't say a lot in it because we were a little bit in a rush. Of course, we went to these games, 6 different games in 4 days. I'm recording different bits. I've got a few more videos to come out after this. So if you have enjoyed the vlog or the Drilinden vlog that I brought out, thank you. Stick around because there's a few more to come. And I do plan to go back out to Belgium. I want to fill this wall full of Belgian scarves, but only if I've gone and visited them. So I've still got to get an USG one, but other than that, it'll be a new one coming from there. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I do plan to go back to Belgium again in a couple of months time, 2 or 3 months time, and that would be fantastic. Tick off some new ground, see new Belgium atmosphere, because I absolutely loved it. But if you are an English subscriber, I am still going to be going to games. I will, of course, always go and visit Buckland, and I will do in not too long actually. That might be my next game, going to see back at Buckland again. And if you are a Belgian subscriber, you may like to see what English football is about, the English non-league scene in the 9th tier. It could be interesting to you. So yeah, please stick around. Thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoy the video. So yeah, go back to Kyle, who just entering the Belgium Vivier or Stade Vivier. So I am here to tell you a very, very interesting and historic story. Well, I believe so anyway. But I'm here at the Stade Vivier or the Belgium Vivier, which in English means the Goose Pond Stadium. Now, why am I here, and why do I believe it's an interesting story? Well, I'm going to tell you, and hopefully you're still sticking around. Subscribe. So this ground originally opened in 1902 and had a capacity of 10,000 at the time. I said this is the only remain of it as such, because it completely being renovated, but I'm sure there are probably other stands elsewhere around the ground. Now this here, the concrete stand, was very rare in Belgium actually, and they basically looked at the English model of their ground and were like, okay, they're doing concrete stand. Belgium would always do kind of wooden stands that of course deteriorate over time, and they thought, let's do a concrete stand. Now why did they do a concrete stand? And why, although it's a hockey pitch, am I here? Now, I just showed you home to Royal Racing Club de Brussels, which was a football team at the time, who I've just been and visited Drilinden Stadium, and they had played there against AC Torino, but they've also played different places as well. Now it was home to them, but now of course hockey, but it was home to them until 1948. So after the Second World War, Royal Racing Club de Brussels were actually promoted to the 3rd division of Belgian football at the time. So because of that, and they were playing of course at the ground that was a bit smaller than they actually needed, they actually ended up moving to Drilinden Stadion. So that is where we had visited in the previous video. So again, if you haven't watched that video yet, go and check it out. But they moved from the ground there that Kyle got at the moment to the Drilinden Stadion after that one. So that's a very interesting step. That this was their 3rd ground, and they moved on to their Royal Racing Club de Brussels. But the hockey team and the tennis, they stayed there, and they are still there today. So the football club moved on a long time ago, but that tennis club's still going. The hockey club, of course, they must have had a different area at the time. They took over that football pitch, and it is today. That stand is still there. It's protected, you just can't use it. But yeah, that what a fantastic bit there. So also, there's some other bits I missed out, because there was a really cool thing. I've seen a picture of it, I'll put it on there. That looked cool. I don't even need to play with it. Like an archway there, saying Royal Racing Club de Brussels on it. And also, on the right side of the stand, there were also, again, overlay Kyle, because I have seen pictures online. I'll go and find those ones. There were terracing, but I believe, I didn't see that, and it wasn't very clear, and I did walk along there. So, I think it would either go overgrown, and now you can't see that, and maybe that picture would get a little bit older, or I was just in a rush, and I didn't really pay attention that there was terracing there. So, you can see where the old terracing was, but it was the main stand, really, that was capturing my eye. But also at the same time, I was thinking we need to get around more ground. So that is another one that will be coming out soon. Visiting all these different grounds around Brussels. So that is a very interesting and fun day out, that one. Visiting loads of different grounds. And yeah, fantastic. So I'll let Kyle finish his little story.
But the main story of why I'm here, and I'm going to get to it now, is because the Belgium national team played their first international fixture here, their first ever one, right here, and the fans are in this stand right here. And on the 1st of May 1904, in front of a capacity of 1,500 in attendance, they played a 3-3 draw with France. And it was right here where the now 120-year running rivalry between Belgium and France first began. And that such fixture has actually been recognised by FIFA as the first ever proper international fixture, because the England versus Scotland one, where people think that was the first fixture, wasn't like an official bout by FIFA. This is the first FIFA recognised international fixture, to get that right before you try and correct me. And yes, it might not be used for football anymore, and there might be not a lot else to see, of course, used for hockey. But in 2010, just like Drillenden and just like some other grounds around, this stand is protected. It's a national monument, this stand. You can't go in it, so they really, really are protecting it. But wow, it's fantastic, and I'm so glad I came to visit it. So, short video, there's not a lot to see, but I had to come to the site of where Belgium played their first international fixture. Of course, it would have looked a lot different. This setting here, sort of tree would have still been there, but this here was right there. And the fans watched that game, history in the making, first fixture for Belgium, first recognised FIFA international fixture, and the first fixture between Belgium and France, creating a rivalry that they still have today. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon for another video.